Are you working tomorrow, Jalen? Are you working your 8 to 6? Well, I'll see you because I'm working for Brad. That's what I was telling Caitlin. I'm Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich. Okay, Andrew says we're good. Happy Sunday, everyone. Maybe not the happiest Sunday for those of you who still want it to be nice. I do apologize, of course, but I don't control the weather, just forecast it. Live pictures this morning, taking a look from Monroe, Kannapolis, Dallas, and Charlotte behind me. As we take it full screen, I do want to show you some of these kind of numbers from some of the rain that we've had over the past 24 hours. Now, I have updated these totals recently, so this does include some of the rain, of course, from this morning too. But you can see these little areas here. Notice like kind of the lighter green coloring here. That near Cherville and area south, as well as that little pocket there near Stanley. 1.5, that is, up to 2 inches of rain possible in this few of those spots. You can see near Kings Mountain, Gastonia there near 85, about an inch just over, as well as most of Lincoln County that you're seeing that lighter green coloring, just around an inch. That's the same toward Duncan's Creek, Double Shoals, a little bit more, 1.5 down toward Earl, about 1 or so for most of southern Burke County, and you can see those green spots in Catawba County, as well as about an inch, 1.5 there for northeastern Anson County, as well as northwestern Richmond County. So nice little amount of rain for most folks heading out the door. This morning, right now, we have some light to moderate rain moving through western Met County down toward York, Chester, Lancaster, even up toward Gaston and Lincoln. Now, the actual rain itself today is going to be a little bit different than yesterday. It was widespread across most of the area. Today we're coming in waves, and that's why we are going to be expecting some little breaks in some of that rain. The reason why today is more of kind of coming in waves is because you see that little spin there off the coast, mainly near Myrtle Beach. That's still the same low. It hasn't moved inland, and honestly, during other parts of the year, sometimes this would have been a subtropical storm. Of course, we'll see maybe at the end of the season. But with tropical systems or subtropical systems, oftentimes, especially the outermost bands is what we're dealing with today, will actually come in essentially waves, right? You'll get a band, it spins out, you get a dry period, and another band that spins out. And as we move this system inland, that's going to be a similar story. Now, because the low is still close proximity toward the immediate coast, of course, we still do have moderate rip current risk there for portions from Myrtle Beach down toward Hilton Head, Savannah, Charleston, and a high risk there for most of the North Carolina coast, as well as up toward pretty much Ocean City, Maryland. What I will say, though, is as the system moves inland, we will start to see some changes. First things first, tomorrow, that high rip current risk won't be as aggressive. We're also going to notice the hourly wind forecast start to drop. So still some gusts near about 30 miles per hour right now. And then you're going to notice some of those gusts lowering to about 25 by the middle part of the afternoon, and then substantially lower by this afternoon and evening. So I mentioned a second ago that the low will essentially be trying to move inland, and we'll start to see some of those breaks. Notice by about 3 o'clock, see that there are still a few showers for most of the Piedmont, but notice the heavy rain threat is actually shifting up toward the mountains and foothills. That'll actually be where our highest flooding risk is today. Also notice some little tiny breaks maybe indicated across portions of the Piedmont. I mentioned this earlier in the newscast. I'm still cautiously optimistic that we could have the Coca-Cola 600, maybe half of the race. My only concern is, will we have a 2-hour window to actually get the track dry? That's, again, looking a little bit dicey. So we will have to see how things play out. Of course, the team on the ground working really, really hard to do that. Now, we do know that as the spin kind of shifts northward again, that low, we will start to see some drier conditions as we enter early tomorrow morning. And then a few showers will be possible, mainly for areas north of Charlotte through early Monday afternoon. I'm still keeping about a 40% chance of a few scattered showers locally. But if the race did have to get moved to tomorrow, there's a pretty good chance that that would be able to happen, both of those races, because of much more scattered, not widespread pattern as we head into Memorial Day. So here's your Memorial Day weekend. Today, still scattered rain with a few breaks in the afternoon, but still widespread cloud cover, a high around 61. Some light rain overnight, Sunday night into Monday morning. And then again, you see that little glimpse of sunshine that will be peeking through in the afternoon. Could allow for an isolated thunderstorm or two, but I don't expect a significant risk for storms. Highs back into the lower 70s as we will see some of that sunshine. Here's your Guy Roofing 7-day forecast. After today, yesterday, and probably even tomorrow, everyone wants some dry weather. As we enter the first week of June, I will tell you that we're often going to be hard pressed to actually get a completely dry week, because June, we're getting closer to summertime. There's a lot more humidity and stability. So I am going to keep about a 20% chance in for much of the upcoming week. June 1st is actually on Thursday, which is kind of crazy to think, also will be the official first day of hurricane season. But what I can tell you and show you here is we're also going to be noticing kind of a mostly cloudy to partly cloudy sky most of the upcoming week. Highs eventually returning back to the mid 80s. So it will feel a little bit more like summertime, or at least the start of summertime here in the Charlotte area as we enter the end of this upcoming week and head into the first weekend of June. Now for today, we are going to again be tracking areas of rain, so make sure you got your ponchos good to go, your umbrellas good to go. Although there will be some breaks in some of the heavier rain this afternoon, we are still going to be tracking just that cloudy sky, a little bit of patchy drizzle and some mist. I hope everybody has a happy, safe, and healthy Sunday. And do remember tomorrow as we enter Memorial Day, I mentioned this yesterday, the reason why we're doing it, right? Honoring and remembering the folks that have lost their lives fighting for this country. I hope everybody has a great Sunday and a happy, safe Memorial Day as well.